scoring dry up here in the second as we get toward the second half of the period.
And it's been the same thing just all night long. The Bulldogs make a great run to get back into it, and then they just fall asleep on the defensive end, and right like on that inbounds play right there.
Givens, though, whiffed on the shot attempt, and Ramon Martinez feeds it ahead to Macurna. In the corner for Crook for three. In and out, no good. Unlucky shot. O'Hara pulls down the rebound, and Martinez banked out the defender, and he came down right on his head.
Good inside passing, though. O'Hara got a nice rebound. Pump faked it, dished it to Martinez. It looked like he might be able to get an and one, but he got fouled so hard he couldn't get the shot to go down.
And the foul went against Starks. That is his second as Martinez rattles off his first attempt.
And the Bulldogs entered, they've been one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country, but haven't been quite as good tonight. Let's see, 5 of 7, 6 of 9, 8, 7 of 10, 7 of 11, I believe, unofficially.
Yeah, that's what the official stat keepers are putting up as Martinez hits the second one. So now the Bulldogs are 8 of 12.
And that's only 67%. This from a team that's been shooting close to 80%.
Martinez also with 14 points on the night. Spear with the ball in the front court for the Warriors. Puts on the brakes, gets it over to Jaderston. Jake Jaderston on the near side, far sideline. Got double teamed there by Crook and Martinez. Nearly lost the ball. Now over to Spear. Now into Starks. Starks with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Pulling up the shot. And Ramon Martinez got whistled for a foul. And again, the Bulldog bench just in disbelief.
Yeah, it looked like Martinez made a nice defensive play, but Phineas is just so big. Like I said, he's listed at 270. I think he's close to 3 bills myself.
Starks at the line. This is his first attempt. He is shooting 53.6% from the line on the season. 15 of 28. And the second attempt falls true. First point of the night, actually, for Starks. 63-55 is our score. 10:15 to play here in the second half. As O'Hara has the ball in the front court for the Bulldogs. Gets it off in between the circles for Martinez. Gets the screens, actually. Makes his own screen as he drives into the basket.
Well, what he did, he kind of baited Phineas Starks. He let everybody clear out. He took Phineas one-on-one, a definite quickness advantage. Ramon getting to the basket, and all Starks could do was foul him.
And that is the third personal on Starks. Martinez to the line for McPherson.
I think Phineas is going to go back on the bench.
Martinez hits that one.
Josiah Ray coming off a 30-point game back into the game, but Josiah's been pretty quiet tonight, other than he had a three-pointer, I believe.
He's got 7 points on the night as Martinez does hit both of the foul shots.
And here comes Gardner, the Bulldog killer, back into the game. So Bulldogs got to know where he's at because he doesn't do it to the other KCAC schools, but he sure seems to do it to the Bulldogs.
We are under 10 minutes to play here in the second half as Williams has the ball, fires it over to Spear on the far sideline. Spear gets a screen from Ray, puts on the brakes over to Otayo. Otayo now trying to go into the paint. Martinez stripped it away from him. And he goes diving for it on the floor. Can't get the ball back under control, but that was a nice defensive move there by the Bulldogs.
Lakin back in for Grant Raleigh. Every time Grant comes out of the game, I just marvel. I'm thinking to where he was in March, where he was fighting for his life, and now he's playing important minutes for the Bulldogs. Just a remarkable story.
Spear to inbound the ball, gets it to Otayo. He's going to try to go in the paint, puts it up on 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that's a nice heads-up move by the Bulldogs. I believe that was Ryan O'Hara that wrapped up the ball as Otayo was going up and caused the jump ball.
It's going to stay, I believe, with Sterling, but they only have 6 seconds on the shot clock.
The inbound goes to Otayo. They get it to Williams on the tip. 3 seconds on the shot clock, puts up the fadeaway jumper, rolls around a couple of times, and the Bulldogs come down with it.
Again, the Bulldogs got a chance to cut into this lead, and Martinez all the way to the basket.
Can't make it fall, and Oyatayo that comes up with it for Sterling.
And again, every time the Bulldogs get close, somebody just takes the ball one-on-one and throws up kind of a crazy shot. They don't run their offense.
Oyatayo for three, in and out, and ball still loose. Williams comes up with it for the Warriors. He goes into the paint on the baseline, and, well, that's going to be three on Ramon Martinez.
Yeah, and again, another offensive rebound for Sterling. They're just out hustling the Bulldogs on the glass.
9:05 to play here in the... Actually, he missed one earlier. That's four on Ramon Martinez.
Lewis Parker III going to come back in for him.
Williams, his first attempt is good. Maurice Williams at the foul line on the season is shooting about 79%.
You know, the Bulldogs are just right there with everybody. They just have these breakdowns and offensive execution where they just kind of go off on these tangents of one-on-one. And but the talent level's definitely there.
Williams misses the second one, went all the way down and almost back up. 64-57, though. Under 9 to play. Chris Crook right in front of us, guarded by Williams and Oyatayo. Dumps it across court to Lakin. Now it's to Barkura. Up top to O'Hara. Feeds it inside to Lakin. Back out to O'Hara. O'Hara fakes a three. Gets it back to Lakin. Lakin on the baseline. Spin move to the lane. Puts up the shot. Blocked. No good. Pulled down by Ray for the Warriors.
And again, that's Lakin trying to take it to the basket, and being 5'6" or 7, it's just hard for him to get a shot without getting it blocked.
See Raleigh check back into the ball game at the next available buzzer. Gardner with the ball on for the Warriors on his near sideline. Feeds it to Ray. Puts up a jump shot over O'Hara. No good, but Oyatayo.
That's got to be on Oyatayo. He came flying in there. And the Bulldogs should be shooting free throws here.
The foul goes against Oyatayo, and that is his third personal, excuse me.
1-and-1. The officials haven't figured it out. We've been in the 1-and-1. That's 18 fouls. We were in the 1-and-1 on the last one. And
now, Lewis Parker III joking around with the official on that, and they do get that sorted out. That's going to send Parker to the line.
Boy, Lewis really needs to make these two, Chris.
1 of 3 on the night.
Yeah, he's just not a very good free throw shooter. He's never been the strength of his game. It's offensive rebounding and defense, and that one looked real good. That looked real good.
He didn't make the first attempt on the 1-and-1. He'll have the back end. As the Bulldogs still desperately trying to cut into this lead. They're only down, though, 64-58 as Parker drills the second one.
Boy, those looked a lot better than anything he's thrown up all year.
64-59 our score. Bulldogs just down 5, and Parker immediately fouls Gardner on the far in the front court.
That's only the 15th foul on the Bulldogs.
That's the 4th on Parker.
Yeah, four fouls on Lewis Parker now. 8:09 to go.
4 fouls also on Ramon Martinez.
Might have to come back with Rowell, maybe.
Williams inbounds it to Gardner. Gardner guarded by Crook. Gets a straight from Oyatayo. Up top to Smith. Josiah Smith for 3. No good. And the ball loose on the floor. Williams comes up with it. And Bakura.
Another offensive rebound. That rebounding is all about want-to, and Sterling has got just more want-to right now. They have just really pounded the offensive glass here in the second half.
And the inbound goes to Williams, and we get a whistle almost immediately.
O'Hara gets another foul, and, man, all of a sudden the Bulldogs have gotten 3 fouls in about the last 30 seconds. And that puts Ray at the line for a 1-and-1.
Josiah Ray is 77% from the foul line on the season. And he makes the first front end.
Man, the Bulldogs have done a great job of not fouling in this half, and then all of a sudden just picked up just 3. Bang, bang, bang.
Ray's second attempt on the way. And he hits it. So that pushes the lead back out to 66-59 in favor of Sterling, as Brandon Givens checks back into the ball game now for the Warriors.
Brandon Givens, Bulldogs have done a great job on him coming off a 29-point game. He has virtually been invisible.
Raleigh, O'Hara, Parker, Bakura and Crook. That's who's on the floor for the Bulldogs as Crook dashes in the lane, puts up a nice underhanded layup, and it's good.
Bulldogs continue to just hang around. They've got to get defensive stops, and they've got to get rebounds. That's really second chance opportunities is really what's cost them tonight.
Gardner pulls up at the foul line, puts up the shot, no good. Oyatoya trying to get the rebound, but it's stolen right out of his hands by O'Hara. He feeds it ahead to Raleigh. Raleigh in the paint, dumps it off to Parker. Parker for the finish.
No look pass by Grant Raleigh, and the Bulldogs down just 3 now. Fantastic take by Raleigh, the dish. Boy, he's going to be a good player once he's gets some experience and gets all his strength back.
It's Smith trying to feed it inside to Oyatoya. And goes out of bounds. Parker knocking it away. We see Kendall Smith checking back in for the Warriors.
Bakura had his back to the ball, and the ball almost hit him. Reed Rowell getting ready to come back in for the Bulldogs.
Inbound goes to Gardner. Gardner picks up his dribble, feeds it, no look to Smith. Smith backs it back out to Spear. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He takes a three and drills it.
That's just a killer. Bulldogs have played good defense, did everything right on that possession, and give up a three. And again, the Bulldogs' lack of threes and the opponents making threes has been a problem all year. Crook from way downtown.
No good off the back of the iron, though, is Gibbons and Bakura fighting for the ball in the far corner. Then we say it went out of bounds off of Gibbons.
Bulldogs were 5 of 11 in the first half from 3, but they have only made, by my count, 1 in this half.
I have 2. One for Bakura, one for Martinez.
Yeah, I forgot about Martinez. There it is.
Crook with the ball now, 6:25 to play. The Bulldogs down 69-63. Raleigh setting up the offense with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Zone. Haven't seen zone for a while.
Raleigh pulls the trigger on a 3. No good. Pulled down by Smith for the Warriors. Crook nearly gets a steal on the feed ahead to Gardner. Gardner going coast to coast. Feeds it to Smith in the paint. He puts up the shot. No good on Ray. Bulldogs come down with the rebound as Rowell has it. Feeds it ahead to Raleigh. Raleigh puts up a fake out of Smith. That was a nice fake out of Spear. Grant Raleigh with the put up.
Grant Raleigh is going to be a really good KCAC player before he's through. Very creative, very heady player. Of course, led Heston to a state championship under his father, Greg Raleigh.
As we have right now Spear with the ball. He's trying to get it off to Ray. Ray just kind of walked away from him. Had to go elsewhere. Got it to Gardner. Back out to Spear. Spear alone for 3. No good off the back of the iron. Gardner, though, feeds it to Smith on the putback.
I'll tell you, Coach Schwartzendruber is going to lose his mind on the offensive rebounding. Every single time they're getting, Raleigh for 3. Rushed it. Parker looked like he might have Lewis got hurt, I believe.
Well, he's still going in there, and the Warriors get the ball back as Smith feeds it off now to Spear. Spear to Ray. Ray with a hook in the paint. Can't make it fall. And Smith knocks the ball right into the hands of Parker. Parker gets it ahead now to Raleigh.
And Gardner's got a cramp. He's going to have to come out of the game.
Yeah, Gardner's cramped up bad, and even Raleigh said he needed a breather.